Okay, hello and welcome to the start of week 3. Goodness, it seems so far away. Yeah, great, congratulations everybody. And this week we're going to concentrate a little bit on forward bends and yeah, and I'll show you the limits of being a stiff human being and getting into these things, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about. I'll be able to guide you if you're further on. But most of us won't be there, and I think that's a really normal place to start. It's a normal way to be with it all, and yeah, there we go. So you may want to, if you have time, just do yesterday's 10 minutes to start. Do some standing work. Normally in a yoga class you do some standing work, and then you might go into forward bends later on in the class. But it's absolutely fine to start from fresh, and just the usual rules apply. You give the instruction, but then you listen to what comes back and you change what you're going to do. We're going to just start with twister. And you change what you do based on what your body tells you. Yeah, like about its ability to move and its kind of maybe readiness to do that action. Yeah. So we'll start. So what you're going to need today, you're going to need at least a block to sit on. Okay, coming forwards, you're going to need a headrest at some point. So you may just need to have a chair, coming forwards where you can rest. Well, it's quite high, you can rest your forehead, or different heights. It'll make more sense as we go. You'll probably need a belt. Okay, the less flexible you are, the more likely you're going to need a belt. Okay, so we'll start from here. And I want you to start, it commonly gets called cat's cow, and this is where I sort of go off the younger map a little bit. Hands underneath shoulders, knees roughly underneath hips, yeah, and you are rolling the pelvis forward, so you're dipping the tummy down, arching the back, belly towards the floor, and then you're rolling the pelvis back, yeah, arching the back up towards the ceiling. And really trying to engage the tummy muscles. And as you come out here, you're not just letting go of the tummy muscles, but you're trying to, what's the word? So you're going into the, not quite grip, but I've got full firm contact with the tummy muscles. It's a nice short range, it's easy. And then you kind of let them pay out as you're coming into the other. So you're not just letting it go and being passive, yeah, but you're finding that action here, yeah. And then letting it pay out as this needs to move. So we haven't even talked about breath, not something I really talk about an awful lot. If you're doing it, you're probably doing it right. But in this, it's kind of natural that a breath in requires a big tummy. Mostly because of what's going on in the diaphragm. Out. In. I'm doing big breaths for dramatic effect. Yeah, and it just starts to lumber up the spine. Okay, so let's come to seated. Put the glasses back on so I can read the notes that are off screen. Okay. Right, swastikasana. Front shin roughly parallel to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Begin to turn. Remember, spine moving up the middle, everything rotating around it. It's like a corkscrew. Okay. To go further, I would have to push it. I don't want to do that just yet. Yeah, those obliques are saying no. Obviously not in so many words, your body doesn't use words to talk to you, but nor am I in a rush to look back over the shoulder, okay? Most people do it wrong. You kind of do that, or just overextend it. I can't help thinking that it's a bit of an ego thing because it looks like the right pose, looks like proper yoga. Whereas actually, you can't really tell what proper yoga looks like because it's happening on the inside. And I'm noticing as well when I'm doing this, I've got more room coming this way. Yeah. And still I've got this resistance going that way. And I'm lifting on the inhalation and I'm moving on the exhalation. Got equal weight through both sit bones. So I'm feeling maybe warm enough that I could move into that a little. Anyway, 10-minute challenge, I do apologise. At some point you've got to swap the legs. But before we do that, let's see. Have yourself a raise in front, and if it's to a chair, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to reach up with the hands, keeping the sit bones grounded, the tummy lifted as you come forwards. Now, if you've got a bit of a belly like me, it may need this to be smoothed up and over the legs, yeah, so that you've got enough room to come forwards. Okay, and then rest your forehead, hopefully build a support up to where your head reaches. Don't be forcing your head down to where the blocks are. Back of the neck stays long. So much in yoga is about keeping this. Yeah. Okay. You can pause, you can rest here a little bit longer. We can also do a little bit of lateral movement. So again, the tummy needs to come across. Yeah, and I'm not dipping in this shoulder. Yeah, so I'm longer here, but these should be parallel to the floor. And you can rest. Now the risk is my weight wants to come here. I have to keep it back there. And if that means, so for me, I'm losing it there, I've got it back. I've still got it. That's where I work. And you can do the same to the other side. This is where you've got to be a little bit. Right, forward bends are about getting length in the spine first, and then you come forwards.